We talking sprint culture, we talking track and field. When the gunshot lick it, give a man the chills. We talking speed demons like Usain. The red track where a legend really makes their name. The US and Jamaica, they run the sprinting game. There's nothing like the Olympics for your claim to fame. When you break the world record, you show you ain't the same. From the men to the women, times are insane. Yeah, we talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture.
Okay. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Drop some comments so I know that y'all are in here. Yo, I had been having a bit of internet issues over here. But big up. Welcome. We're talking sprint culture. Yeah, we're talking track and field. When the gunshot lick, it gives a man the chills. We're talking speed demons like Usain. The red track where a legend really makes the name. The US and Jamaica, they run the sprinting game. Nothing like the Olympics for your claim to fame. When you break the world record, you know it ain't the same. From the men to the women, times are insane. Yeah. Y'all know the sprint culture anthem or what, yo? Come on, man. Big up, everybody. Welcome to the show, yo. These technical difficulties. You never want to have those, but check this out, man. Welcome to the show. Trying to bring you up to speed. Sprint culture live. Kind of a quick one, yo. I ain't really been like those situations where I'm like, yeah, I'll be on this time and I'm guaranteed to be on. I didn't even know if I'd get on tonight, yo. Daddy life is a different thing, but I'm loving it. Baby's good, mommy's good, family's good. And yeah, man, I'm ready to start or continue talking about some track and field. We got Paris Diamond League tomorrow. It's a little bit weird. It seems a little bit rushed because of all the hypes of the trials. But yeah, I'm glad to get back to some track and field, man. I'm trying to Melanie, I think you're disrespecting my rapping skills. It's very disrespectful. But yeah, I'm getting ready to watch the track and field again. I think it's cool for the high, after the high of the trials, for all the different trials, to just have a week of a breather. Even tomorrow seems kind of rushed, but I'm ready, man. I'm ready. The sprint doc has been the talk on a lot of people's mouths recently. And Hanglo is tomorrow too. Okay. Yo, Mice, I don't want you to call me daddy anymore. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but me in particular, for whatever reason, I feel a little uncomfortable. Let's not do that. Yo, I wanted to say also, Warren, are you in here, yo? I seen your comment, yo, about me not being as fast as my animated character. Why are you always leading with disrespect? Always leading with disrespect, Warren. I'm being very polite. I'm a jerk, man. I'm a jerk. Respect for joining, though. Warren, you watched the doc? Everyone in the chat, let me know who watched the doc. Who watched the doc? I think we need to dissect this. I'm still, you know what? Let me be honest with y'all, yo. I'm still kind of vexed that the computer messed up on my intro. It's just whack. I'm gonna watch it back, and every time I watch it, it's gonna bother me, yo. I feel like I gotta edit it out or something, but whatever. yo, Lamont, what you saying? Because I'm very disrespectful. Lamont, you know what's disrespect? You constantly bothering me about the fact that I don't bring you onto the show. And when I give you the invite to the show, you don't show up. That's disrespect. It's very unprofessional. And it's a stain. It's a stain as far as the dynamics we have in here. I know you're unreliable. You talk just to talk. And you can't be trusted. Coach Lamont, everybody. Coach Lamont. All right, no more time wasted. Let's talk about this doc, man. Let's talk about this doc. So check this out. I want y'all to drop in the comments what y'all think. I'm gonna try and read it as best as I can. We'll dissect it as much as I can. If there's anyone that comes up in the chat that I might bring in, Lamont, you included, that may bring in a talk for 10 minutes or so on what we think about the doc. We can do that, but I think it would be cool to have some dialogue because I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. As far as what I think about it, you'll get a sense of what I think about it as we talk about it throughout the show. But yeah, man. Overall, I liked it, man. Overall, I liked it. I don't really see what much complaints that could be made, but I do see where some people may have some issues. But we're gonna talk about that, yo. First off, what stood out the most about the sprint doc, they made Noah look like a killer, man. They made him look like a killer, so much to the point it's almost like I forgot about the fact, or I never really took in how much of an impact he's had. Probably because I'm so used to him. Like if you're in the track and field world, there's certain names that are constantly going to come up. Because they constantly come up, you may just kind of take it for granted just because it is what it is. But when it was presented in the doc, I realized, I was like, yo, man, this guy is he's a killer. And you can always make it look great on TV, but it's not like they were fabricating stuff. I mean, he's got a lot going for him. I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into that a little bit later, because the fact that it was very Noah heavy was something that came up. Yo, big up the one named Joel, Bunch Athletics. That guy's doing on my graphics on the Backfield Network. Has skills. You guys need some graphic design work. Bunch Athletics. Hit him up. He'll sort you out. I don't want you to, if I'm being honest, I don't want you guys to take up too much of his time because I need to utilize him. But outside of that, Bunch Athletics. Great graphic design. But yeah, it was Noah heavy. But I wanted to wait a little while to talk about the Noah stuff. But we'll talk about that because that's one of the major themes. It was very Noah and Sha'Carri heavy. The main characters were clearly Noah, Sha'Carri. And just after that, I would say Sharika, Chillianne Fraser Price, Zarnell Hughes. They'd have been in Marcel Jacobs. Fred was in. I thought Fred was going to be in it a bit more because within the track field world, we know, as far as like figures that we respond to, Fred's up there. I thought he was going to be in the doc more, but it may have had a lot to do with storylines. This is another thing. So those are the main characters, but this is another thing. I see a lot of people. Another one of the main complaints that I've been seeing is that it just wasn't about sprinting, or it didn't address, I don't know, direct sprint theory, or it just wasn't about sprinting. If I'm being honest, I didn't want to see a doc that was going to teach people about knee lift and dry phases and, I don't know, like the ins and outs of like the core theories of track and field or just or sprinting. Look, man, I remember I came across this newspaper article when I was here in London. Randomly, I came across it, and it was basically talking about how in the F1 doc, a lot of people within the F1 world hate it. They don't like it because they glamorize certain things. They're a bit too dramatic. They add sauce on things, and also they felt like it was having an impact on the actual sport. So they were always complaining about the how authentic it was. Right? I love that doc. I started paying attention to F1 just because of that doc. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that I learned about F1 racing. Give me some drama, yo. Give me a story. Give me some stories. Let me hear some people say some stuff. Let me see some clashing of the characters. Let me introduce me to some characters. Make some characters. I want to see a show. I'm not trying to learn about engines and bolts and nuts and pause and I don't know, just driving theory and come on, man. I want to see a show. That had all that stuff had nothing to do with why I like the show. It was the characters, it was the storylines, it was the drama. This is what I wanted from this. There was some drama, but personally, I feel like the production crew or the production team, box to box, big you up, you guys, they did their thing. I think that there was a battle there trying to get drama out because I'm watching the doc. I feel like it was pretty true to exactly what's going on. Any of us who watched that doc that are in the track and field world, there was nothing new that we saw there. It was all what I feel like what the athletes wanted us to see. There was no it wasn't really a lot. I feel like the production team may not have been able to ruffle feathers the way they have in F1. Um, I don't know, get some inside scoops the way they did in F1. The banter between the characters, I don't think they were able to capture that. But we know within the track world, a lot of that stuff happened. In general, and I would only assume, I know I know a lot of y'all saw that I'm in it and probably think that I'm in direct contact with the production team. We know each other, yes, obviously, and because it's a sprint doc, I'm in the sprint world. I'm one of the larger names talking wise in the sprint world. Obviously, I'm going to cross paths with someone who's making a sprint documentary. Obviously, I would be in there somewhere. So yeah, we're good. I'm good with them, but also from a production side, I understand what they have to go through to put together a story and something that's going to be taken in by the viewers that they would love. So I know they would have wanted to get into some drama. They're not going to try to stay away from drama. They want drama, yo. All of us. I wanted to know what happened at the relay camp. I think that's a big part of the story. What happened at the relay camp? Another main character in the story is Gabby. So Gabby and Sha'Carri. Obviously, there was something happened at the relay camp that we kind of heard about, but we just don't know about for whatever reason. Okay, drama. Like that's what I want to see. Drama. What happened? Well, that would be like, yo, like drama. They touched on the I don't know the how the Jamaican sprinters, the females, how they don't necessarily get along, but I don't know, like how deep does that go? Where did that start? What was the dynamic like at the trials, like when they're amongst each other? Or I'm not saying you can create something out of nothing. I'm just saying there's drama that I'm sure that the production team came across that they just felt like they weren't able to talk about. If I'm looking at it, it looked like there was a lot of people who had to check off on a box to make sure that everyone was okay with it. A lot of people had to check a box off and be like, look, um, Sha'Carri has to be happy. Noah has to be happy. World Athletics has to be happy. Um, maybe shoe companies need to be happy. I don't know. But I'm sure that it was very difficult for the production team to try and maneuver around that stuff to be able to get access to the athletes without making them upset and to get some sort of story out of them. And I think with what they had access to and what they were allowed to convey, I think they did a good job. I think they did a good job considering. And this is something you have to take into account. So with that and the restrictions that were probably put on them, yeah, I think they did a good job. Slurring. This is tea, I promise. This really is tea. Oh, yeah, I see you. Big up the one named Ramel Glaive. I see you in here. European Championship bronze medalist then, man. Didn't go to nationals. What's up? What's up, man? What's up? It's Olympic year, dog. Another topic for another day. What? Let me see what the comments saying. There's zero mention of injuries or Shelley anywhere made it. I was hoping we'd see Gabby Sha'Carri fight as we talked about last year. I want to tell you, but I don't want to be as strong. What are you saying, yo? It's a year late. It's a year late. It's mostly World Championship year last year. Yo, I heard some talk about that too, about how because it's the year after, it kind of didn't have the same effect. Coach, okay, hold on. I'm gonna add Coach. We're gonna talk about this a little bit more. Let me get this link to you, Coach. 1 second. Viewers, give me 1 sec. Coach, you better have a good mic and no noise in the background. If you mess with my production as far as my stream, I'm gonna see it as disrespect. Okay. Make sure you have your shit together. Make sure you have your shit together. God damn it. I'm gonna send it to your Instagram DM. We talking sprint culture, yeah. We talking track and field. When the gunshot lick, give a man the chills. Coach. I'll be checking y'all's comments in a second. Give me a sec. Okay. Now, so Be Strong saying, Bruce, I want to tell you. I was hoping we see Gabby. BI Strong obviously has some information they don't want to talk about in the chat. But I mean, come on. We don't know who you are. You have an alias as a name in the chat. Say what you got to say, yo. Noah, is that you? Mess with you. So yeah, let me get back on my shit. So I feel like there was some roadblocks. I feel like they did well with the roadblocks. Everyone is tuned in. If you haven't hit that follow or subscribe button, wherever you're coming from, whether it's my Instagram family or it's my YouTube family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and share the live. You know what I'm saying? Also, Track Field Network on YouTube is there for some quick short content to drive you to the larger content. Instagram followers, go ahead and hit that follow button right here on me. You already know what it is. You know, on Instagram, Track Field Network goes crazy. Make sure you're following there. And yeah, I'm getting ready to add my guest. You guys may know Coach Lamont. Big up the one named Coach Lamont. Sometimes. Big him up sometimes. A bit of a jerk sometimes.
That's actually pretty cool.
What's with the back? Where are you, dog?
First of all, I can't even see you, man. Why's the screen blank?
My screen. No, I think that's a you issue. Stop projecting.
The screen's black. No, I'm
conversation just started. I don't like how you're projecting.
Oh my gosh.
Viewers.
The screen's black.
The viewers are seeing me. Viewers, you're still seeing me, right? I'm seeing me on the stream. I don't know. It's fine. Just I know how bad you want to see my face. It's all right. We can talk. Let's just talk.
Oh my gosh.
I can see you. You can see yourself, right?
I can see me in the bottom. That's about it. But I cannot
Okay,
see.
it's all good, man.
I cannot see nothing like I'm talking to myself, bro. But it's all
All
good.
right. Don't worry, I'm here.
First and foremost,
Believe it or not, I'm here.
first and foremost, bro. How's the business and how's the baby?
Good, man. Baby's getting big, yo. Getting
That's
big.
the main thing. That's the main
Always
thing I
eating, always
wanted to
sleeping.
say first.
Respect. Appreciate that,
Congratulations,
man.
man.
Appreciate that.
Congratulations to you and your
Appreciate that.
family, bro. And be a good
Appreciate that,
father,
man.
please.
Appreciate that.
Don't be disrespectful.
Got it
Okay.
covered. Got it covered, man. Got it
Yeah.
covered. Got it covered.
It's funny. My little sister just had a baby, so I'm a happy uncle again. So it's all good.
Oh, nice. What day?
You know what I'm saying? She was
J-
born on the 2nd of July.
Okay. Okay, nice, yeah. That's
Yeah.
wicked, yo. Congrats. Congrats.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right.
So, man,
So the
what I've
sprint.
said thus far. Yeah, let's
Mm-hmm.
talk about it, yo. I don't know how much you saw what I've said so far. I basically just spoke about how the roadblocks the production team may have had, as far as access, as far as what they could talk about, and also it was Noah heavy and it was Sha'Carri heavy. Just some of the major talks, and it wasn't very necessarily about sprinting per se. A lot of the complaints were that it just wasn't true to the sport enough. I don't know. What are your
Right.
thoughts on any of that?
First things first. Let me address that part. There is a sector of society who dwell and crave trauma and drama, which is why a lot of them don't like the film. Okay, everything is not going to be love and hip hop out. Okay, sorry, it's not. Get over it. Okay, I mean I'm being honest. That's the only reason why people don't like it because they claim that it wasn't real. No, no, dude. Don't nobody want to see people disrespecting people all the time, man. Like, bro, like this trauma and drama that everyone needs to fulfill their day is ridiculous. So stop. Okay. Now,
Right.
my personal opinion on the docu series, it was cool, and I guess I could say that because let's be real, Anson, you and I both kind of knew a lot of stuff that was going on behind the scenes before they put it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We just now heard it from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? So that's why part of me liked the film. I liked the words that Dennis was saying to Sha'Carri. Um, you really know how the Jamaican coaches really feel about some of the U.S. coaches. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
Um,
mhm.
because those are the backstories you're not gonna hear. Like the funny thing is, I thought the older Francis was coaching everybody. I didn't know the brother was coaching Sharika. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Well, I
so,
think that the final say usually goes to Frano, Steve Francis, ladies and gentlemen. I think that he does have the final say. I just feel like he doesn't do as much of the legwork as much as before. I think Paul
right.
kind of takes that over a bit more. But I think overarching, like the last say and the overarching plan, I think that's Frano. Always, I think it's
Right.
Frano. But Paul knows his thing. He knows his stuff. You know what I'm saying? Paul's been around for
Mm,
a while. I remember Paul was on the circuit when I was on the circuit for the little bit of time I was on there. Paul was traveling with Nesta Carter, and we were on the road a lot together, yo. We used to talk a lot, yo. So like he
right.
knows his shit. He's been around for a while. He's been on the road for a while too.
Right.
So it's not like he doesn't. He's basically an extension, a very very solid extension of Frano.
Hmm. Um. Um. I wish they would have showed more of Fred in more of a better light, other than at his lowest moment. They could have balanced that out a little
Mhm,
bit. You know.
mhm,
Um. Watching Jacko go through the mental aspect of stuff that she was dealing with that she carried all the way from Tokyo into the following Olympic cycle. Like a lot of people didn't know that she was dealing with that stuff because she
mhm,
was a favorite to either win or get second, and she was so nervous that she had a mental lapse, and it cost her a bit to move on and even go further. You know,
mhm.
um, um, the Marcel Jacobs stuff. You know, let's be honest. For the last 4 years, Marcel Jacobs been getting it from everybody,
Right.
beginning from everybody. But
I
now
think they
we
went
know,
kind of easy on him, to be honest. But
yeah.
yeah, it was,
Now we know
they
the
discussed
extent
it.
of right now we know the extent of his injuries, the extent of what he was dealing with, It sheds more light. Like, that's the thing that I took from that. It opened the door to show us what these athletes was going through,
Right.
what the inside perception was saying. Dude, we all know what goes on in those hotels. We done been to meets and we in the same meets and we eat in the same area with all these athletes. We know that part already. That's cool. But to see the intricate details of what these athletes had to go through year in, year out, day in and day out, that's the best part of that docu-series. You know,
Mhm.
I will
Did you
say
like it?
this. I liked it. I will say this. Noah stay on demon time. You cannot like Noah for whatever reason. That man stays on demon
Yeah,
time.
it's true. It's true.
Right.
No, it's true. It's true, man. Like however you slice it, whatever anyone has to say about the dude, he
Hmm.
does his thing, yo, and he's not fucking around. He's not afraid. He can obviously handle criticism, and it's not phasing him, dog. Yo, my question is this:
Hmm.
if Noah isn't the main catalyst or one of the main catalysts, especially on the men's side, then who is? Who would it make
Mm.
sense for? The guy's he's winning all the time, basically,
Right.
and he says shit. He's not afraid. I'm sure that he gave the most access out of everybody. I'm sure he was like, "Yeah, come, say what you want. Do it. Come to my house. Come,
Right.
follow me around." I'm sure he was like, so he's that in that way. He's trying to be out there, and
Right.
he understands the drama aspect of it.
Yeah.
To really, this Noah, what we're seeing is a character all the time, and a
Right.
character is perfect for something like this. So, what
You
if
want me
not
to tell
him,
you
then
what it
who?
is? You want me to tell you what? Let me tell you what it is. Everyone has this perception that Noah is corny. I don't think he is. I just think he's just playing his role. See, people would gravitate to all the stuff that Noah is saying if it came from a Fred. Because Fred's persona puts him in that position where if he says that,
Right.
"Ooh, Fred said, oh," you know what I'm saying? But they think everything that Noah's saying is orchestrated or is written or whatever, whatever. But he could do that. He's a three-time world champion. He has the Olympic medal. He has the American record. He's the world champion in the 100. He could talk his talk. Let
Mhm,
that man talk his talk. And I've always
mhm,
said that. I always believe this. You can't talk unless you got the gold medal around your neck. He's earned the right to talk. Fred earned the right to talk. They can talk their noise. Sha'Carri could talk her
mhm,
noise because she got the championship to back it up now.
mhm,
Marcel could talk
mhm.
his talk. He, regardless of how people may feel how he won his gold medal, he still got the gold medal. He could talk his talk. That's all it is. People just don't like who is delivering the message. That's all it
Right.
is. That's all it is, man.
Right. Um, World One League said in the chat, my Gen Z sports loving kids couldn't get through the first episode. It's interesting you say that, World One League. Big you up, by the way. I don't feel like this doc. I don't feel like the doc is necessarily for Gen Z kids. I think it's more for. I think all the docs that have come out, whether it was F1, whether it was the golf one, can't remember the name, or the tennis one, it's for grown-ups. And I think that there's still a large market within people who are, you know what I'm saying, not, they don't need clickbait. They
Right,
want to see, so they want to see what's really going on. They want to know that there's still some good film out there. They want to know there's
right.
still a level of quality when it comes to content. I think this is geared more towards them, yo. I think a lot of things get ruined trying to aim it towards Gen Z all the time. What? But then
So
again,
Gen Z,
there's
so
another
Gen
thing
Z is what
Noah does
generation?
well is that Gen Z is kind of like bigger than one of E Diamonds. Okay, E Diamonds is Gen Z and younger.
Oh, okay. They the ones that want to get on. They the ones that want to get on Twitter, talk big noise, and then when they get rolled up on, they quiver in the corner like a sucker. Okay, got you, got you.
What?
I'm being honest. Because I'm just being honest, because they the ones who like all the drama, like all this stuff, and then they the ones who like to sit back, throw the match on the burning building, and sit back and just act like they don't know what's going on, and that's what they do. They want the drama, they want all that stuff. Like everything don't have to be drama filled, bro.
It doesn't have to
Everything
be.
don't
It
have to
doesn't
be
have to
drama
be. But
filled.
I wanted to talk about that though, because I'm someone who enjoys grown up content.
Mm.
And at the same time, I feel like there could have been a bit more drama. And now, like you said, there's a lot of things that we know about going on behind the scenes, and that's because we're in the know, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's okay to kind of touch on some of that stuff. Pause. I think that drama is always a good thing when it comes to series like this. I don't know if you watched the F1 series or the tennis series or
No,
the
I didn't see
golf
that
series.
when I heard
Please tell
about
me the
it
names.
though.
Tell me the names of the tennis and the golf series because it's ridiculous that I don't remember right now. In the chat, please. But yeah, I mean, I think that's always good. This is the thing. It was season one. Obviously, at the end of the doc, they let you know there's another season coming out. Um, I think this is just. I think they just kind of scratch the surface. I think next season is
Mm.
probably going to get into it a little bit more. I mean, I think that first season, you you get in bed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Next season you're already in bed. It's not like you're going anywhere, so it's time to get nasty. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I
Right.
think that's what's gonna happen, which is cool. But I think that people that are in the doc need to understand that. Be a character, man. It's a show. It's only gonna help you. I'm not saying that it's easy to just be in the spotlight and to create a character, but that's a testament to people who are able to maintain that because
Right.
we're trying to help track and field enter show business. We want to enter show business. We want to enter the entertainment world. So there has to be some entertaining things said, things seen, things spoken about. And everyone's always talking from back in the day, people were talking about how track and field should have a reality show. This is a doc, it's not a reality show, but it has to have some reality show attributes, I think. You know what I'm saying? And everyone has to understand their role. And I think that that's what's going to help the next season. I know they're in the middle of editing for the next season right now. I think that's what's going to help the next season to kind of, pick up. I think
Yeah.
it's just, we just got to the
But
door right now.
you also got to remember, man, a lot of these athletes, they ain't built like the way we were built, bro. Like, think about this for a second. If the sprint doc would have came out when we were running, there was legitimate hatred for certain people amongst a group. Like, I can't tell how many times I had to step in the middle and break up fights between some of your most prominent gold medal winners. I like, hey, pull people back because people was talking and this and the third, and you know, you know, you remember what happened on that old the old website, the first one, the very first track and field social media site, Track Shark.
Track
Um,
Shark. Wow.
um, the whole
World.
the whole the whole beef between Florida State and Clemson started on that page, and it bled into the ACC indoor meet where a fight broke out to where they had to shut down the meet, and then they got to NC's in Austin, and a brawl broke out on 6th Street, all based on what was said on that site. See,
Right?
these cats don't know nothing like that. So yeah, once you live that and you've been a part of that, you kind of don't want to see history repeat itself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So um yeah, I want the relay thing to be put out there because I want everyone to finally admit that I was right. Because yes, I was the one who broke it because I got the phone calls from people at the meet at the practice, minding my business. My lady was sitting right there next to me, minding my business. I ain't called for the info. The info came to me. Yeah, I would
I
like
think it's a
that part
big
to be
part of the
put out
story
there.
that's missing. It's a big part of the story that's missing. I agree.
I would like for that to be put out there so everyone, so I can sit back and say, "Ha ha, I was right." So all y'all, the apology got to be a lot of the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So, um, you know, and I would kind of like them to go deeper into the split between Shelly Frano, Elaine and Frano, and the real
Yeah.
rift between Elaine and Shelly. Because if you got Sharika coming up, you got Shelly, and you got Elaine. I'm not leaving that camp. We
Look how
dominating.
underwhelming that was. Look how underwhelming that was. All
Right.
three of the monsters,
Yes.
Sharika, Shelly, Elaine, he had them, dog. And
Mm-hmm.
now he just has one of them.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Like what? Why?
Yeah.
Yo, these are like he created monsters, yo. Like, why would
Yes.
they leave that situation? That would be nuts. That'd be
Yeah.
crazy. And
And
that was it was underplayed a little bit. But
Very.
I feel like they try to keep that shit close to the chest. They don't want to talk about that, and cool. But I'm assuming that people, what they wanted out of the doc, I'm assuming
Mm-hmm.
that the athletes wanted to get some notoriety out of the doc, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't get the notoriety that you're looking for if you're taming it. If you're taming it, it's impossible for you to get what you want out of it. You got to live a little something, man. A little something.
Facts.
It's so I understand what you're saying, but I do think I do understand what the drama people are saying too. Maybe not like
Mm-hmm.
to the full extent, but there's gotta be some drama. Yo,
Yeah.
I'm about to rant on about some more of this shit, but check this out. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
checking out your comments in the chat. But yo, you got to come on the show. Well, I might jump on after Paris
Okay.
tomorrow.
I'll
We
definitely,
talk
I'll
shit about
definitely
that.
do that, man. Just make sure, hit me link, hit the link, send me the link. Remember, I'm gonna be on the West Coast the vast majority of the summer, so I don't know the time difference between the West Coast and where you're at.
8
So
hours.
we'll look it
8
up. We'll,
hours.
we'll look at 8 hours. All right, then we'll just make sure we on that, so we on the same page. Cause yeah,
Yeah,
cause I definitely want,
no
I
more
definitely would like
disrespect.
to jump on your joint, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, and no more pause and no more disrespect. No
I
more
don't say
disrespect.
no. We too old to say pause, bro. We're too old.
I'm listen, it has nothing to do with that. It's just certain dialogue I'm not okay with. That's all it is.
Dog,
It's very suggestive. I'm not
you are a married,
I'm
you
not
are a married
I,
man. We're both married
I'm
men.
just saying. It was a reaction. It was a reaction. But
All right, man. Hey,
just make sure that you don't be disrespectful. Make all this
here's what
noise
I'm gonna
about
do.
being
I'm gonna
on
send
and
you
then
my
disappear.
email. I'm gonna send you my email address so you can always have access. So when you can send that link whenever it's time. So I'll make sure you get that. But once again, man, congrats on the little one, man. I'm glad Miss
Respect,
Jade
yo.
is doing well, man. And once again, congratulations to you, bro. For real.
Respect, yo. All right, thanks for joining. Yo. We talk, yeah.
All right, for sure.
Big other one named Coach Lamont. Oh, Wretch now. I see you in the chat. Doug, you gonna be awake for a while? Because there's some conversations I want to have about Zarnell down the line in here. If you're in here and you're gonna be around for a while and you want to jump on, let me know in the chat. Get you that link. We chop it up. Rich Miller, the commissioner, is from out here in the UK. I would love to introduce him to you guys. So let's see where I'll go on with that. Okay. So let's talk about Sha'Carri a little bit. One thing that Sha'Carri said that stood out to me, obviously, is that she wishes that there was more shit talking. Me too. And I know she would revel in that role because I remember she was trying to start talking shit in 2021 when she was rolling, the Jamaicans were rolling, and she was trying to size up. So she was dropping some tweets basically saying that she's ready to take them on. And yo, the track and field world flipped on her. Like she's being disrespectful. Or she got to know her place. Or what sport you ever see where there's a young up and comer killer that's ready to damage everybody that has to keep their mouth shut? It's like anyone that just comes into the NBA, like they want if you look at man's like obviously Michael Jordan when he first came into the league, he wanted to murder everybody, yo. And that's like back in the day. Think about it like now, like Anthony Edwards. Who's he holding back on, yo? It's only the track people that come in and like she's pompous, she's loud, she's disrespectful, she's no place. She hasn't won anything yet. She shouldn't be. Shut up. Like she's built for it. I think she still wants to do it now. I don't think anyone's going to do it back. But I think there's certain people in the game right now. Look, the two main characters that they picked, more so Noah. I'll explain in a second. But Noah and Sha'Carri. If the sport goes to a certain place where there's more shit talking, there's more drama, where there's more cameras, where there's more attention, there's more need for entertainment, those two are going to be ready. The only reason I said more so Noah and not Sha'Carri, only because Sha'Carri's kind of they had her in a dark place for a while when she wasn't winning. She. So I think now that she's back, she may hold back a little bit, not a lot, because naturally she doesn't hold back. But I do think that she's starting to get back into her comfort zone, and that she's shown us a lot in the doc. I think, and I feel like we're gonna see more of. The fact is, Sha'Carri doesn't need track and field, so if the track and field world turns on her, then they're idiots, and she knows that. So she's global. She can talk all the shit she wants to. They took that line out. You guys noticed they took that line out of the interview after her race against Jamaicans at Pre. She can talk all the shit she wants, and she'll still have the world behind her. So if the track world wants to turn their back on her, then fine. I know I wouldn't, because I know that she has what the track world needs. So those two characters, it makes sense that they were the catalysts. If you're gonna want the notoriety, man, you're just gonna have to understand what comes with it. And some people are built for it, some people aren't. Yo, I'm not even saying I would be built for it, but I'm just saying what has to be done. Yo, just like I wouldn't be built to run 9.5, but I could see what is needed for that to be done. It's the same shit. I'm not saying that it's an easy seat for people to be in, to be a character in the spotlight. But I know that if you want what you want out of the sport, especially from a monetary standpoint, there's just a certain person you got to be, and there's certain tools you have to have. Wretch didn't respond, did he? No, he didn't. Okay, that's all right. So yeah, I think it was cool that she mentioned that she'd want more shit talking, and I think that the culture needs to evolve with that. We need to move forward with other sports. Hey, y'all remember after the race in Silesia, as a Poland, for those who don't know, when Sha'Carri said happy birthday to Sharika after she beat her in the 100. Do you guys think that was a jab? Do you think it was a subtle jab? I hope so. I don't know if it was. That's how they positioned it in the show, as they were trying to get some drama in there. But I don't know. Let's be real. If it was your birthday and you just got beat by one of your fiercest competitors, how would you feel about them saying happy birthday after they beat you? Why? It could have been said in the warm-up area. The fact that it was said, it could have been said in the warm-up area. I'm sure they saw each other at breakfast or lunch. They might have seen each other on the bus. They seen each other in the warm-up area, but she decided to say it after the race. It's like, happy birthday, bitch. Tech that. That's how I like to see it. But like I said, Sha'Carri's built for that. She's ready for that. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's where she was coming from, as far as I'm concerned. Even naturally, it may just come out of her, yo. She built for that. Hey, side note, I'd say the highlight of the entire doc for me was when Dennis was watching that race, and when Sha'Carri won, he was clapping all loud and celebrating in front of the Jamaicans and walked off, and then the camera just showed the Jamaicans looking at him walk off like a vex, yo, like rascal. That was the highlight of the whole doc, yo. Yo, big up Dennis Mitchell. Dennis Mitchell was the highlight of the entire. He was the highlight of the entire doc. Big up Dennis Mitchell. Yeah, Noah, Sha'Carri, main characters did their thing, but the highlight, the MVP, the MVP, the finals MVP goes to Dennis Mitchell. That guy did his thing, yo. He had moments, whether it was funny moments, whether it was, showing us a bit of his character. Obviously, he was a big name back in the day. Like when I was coming up, Dennis was one of the guys. So that's how I always see him. And he gave moments. That was a moment that he gave in the doc, and also after, as he was watching Sha'Carri win, I think that was big. I think that, you know what, going into drama doesn't always have to be bad things. I think that drama, as you can see with this. I mean, you're getting more to like, you're getting more to the feel good side of things. I think it would have been great to dive into Dennis's relationship with Sha'Carri, especially through all the bad times. There must be so many stories or so many things to look back on as far as how the relationship was from Sha'Carri's highs to her lows, back to her highs again. Like Sha'Carri winning that world championship, that's not a small thing, That's a big thing. And I don't think there's any other coach in the world that could coach Sha'Carri aside from Dennis. And it's because of how he was built back in the day. Anyone who knows Dennis Mitchell back in the day, he was a goon, yo. Everyone knew not to fuck with Dennis, and he owned it. He was loud. He was out there. He was in your face. He's built a certain way, and he's become a coach, but that's obviously still in him. That's a coach that can handle Sha'Carri, and I think that's interesting. And I think that would have been cool to kind of like get into a little bit and then see where it developed to when she won the world championships. And really, in this new season, they could get into that. Box to box. If you're in the live watching right now, you know what I'm saying, you could take that. I think that would be a good idea. I need to look into that. But yeah, I think that it would be good to dive into their relationship. But Dennis was a highlight, yo. Pick up the one named Lyles. Who's the fastest was a sick moment. Who's the fastest? Am I tripping? That's the moment that obviously should stand out to me. So explain to me what that is. Who's the fastest? Who's the fastest? What am I tripping? Let me know what part that was. Who's the fastest? What are you talking about? Aside from Dennis Shaver about prominence in 2019 in NCAA, the same Dennis Mitchell with what? Dennis Mitchell. The late Brooks Johnson or John Smith could handle Sha'Carri. Those are some good names, actually. Potentially. Everyone's Dennis said, oh yeah. Dennis said that. I mean, yeah. Dennis said that to Sha'Carri. You're talking about in the warm-up area just before they went out? I don't. This is the thing. Both Brooks and John Smith, they're tough. Don't get me wrong, and they're strong. I just feel like they may be a little bit too mature. Not saying Dennis is immature, but Dennis is very youthful. He's maintained his physical frame very well. He's got has a young mind. He's still in touch with young things. He's not out there, you know what I'm saying, doing no young shit, but he just seems a bit more in touch. I think that would be important with someone like Sha'Carri, who's very trendy. It's very, obviously, still very young, and she got to be able to relate to you. That's why I feel like he'd have an edge as far as that, besides Brooks Johnson. Rest in peace, by the way. And John Smith, who I haven't heard from or seen in a while. He's coaching Mary Jose Talu, though. But someone like Sha'Carri, it's debatable as far as how he would handle that. I think Dennis is the perfect fit. They need to dive into that a little bit more. But Dennis was the highlight, yo. Big him up, yo. I got a funny story about Brooks. Rest in peace. I didn't get to talk about it before we get into the further doc stuff. I want to say rest in peace. I feel like everyone has a Brooks story. And I remember me and Brooks, when we see each other, we talk a little bit. I wouldn't say we were like super close, but we knew each other and we were very, we always had great dialogue. He's a cool guy. Um, and we're familiar with each other. But I remember the first time I met him, I was at Mount Sac Relays, and I ran my college PR at Mount Sac, so I ran 10:17 there, right? So I touched 10:1 now. Me myself, I'm thinking that I've arrived now. Like I'm running 9 seconds now, just done deal, yo. Like so, I'm walking back with loads of swagger, got a bounce in my step. No one can really talk to me. I'm back in the infield, putting my warm ups back on. Right, Brooks walks up to me. I never met him before, and he's like, "That was a hell of a race, young man." I was like, "Thanks, man." It's just another person just giving me my ratings as far as I was concerned. And he was like, "But you're wasting your time in this 100. You might as well jump into 400 because you're going to have more speed than most of these guys. And you could potentially go for the world record in the 400, but you're not going to do anything in the 100. You're wasting your time." Yo, Rich, I'm about to high of highs, yo. And I'm, as far as I'm concerned, I'm about to be on the podium. Yo, told me straight, yo, straight face and everything. I ain't even met the dude before, but um, in the moment, I was kind of taken back, but I kind of respected the fact that he was straight with me, and I didn't start running the 400, but he always stood out in my mind as far as that, because a lot of people said that to me. A lot of people did, and I knew it. Like I used to do 400 workouts back in the day, and the shit would just come to me so easily, but I didn't want to run it. I wanted the glory. You seen the sprint doc? I wanted that. I wanted the glory. I wanted the glamour, man. So I'm not trying to hear nobody. But yeah, rest in peace to Brooks, man. Okay. I mentioned before that Wretch, if you're in here, tell me, because I'm about to get into this Zarnell stuff. I want to make an apology for my internet right now. It's tripping, man. It's annoying, but I'll get that sorted. But the Zarnell aspect of the doc was interesting. First off, I was surprised. I was surprised at how much he was in it. He was one of the main characters. He's on the cover. So this is where I think that I don't know, probably more people in general in track and field, a big part of the culture is that there's a very high focus on winners. And Zarnell got a bronze in the 100. So I guess they would have wanted him to be in it more. From a world athletic standpoint, they'd want him in it because that's the way it is now. Like, the best people we need on the camera, and we don't care about just having characters and whatever, man. So he was one of the main characters. He's even on the cover, right? Just the day of the doc when it came out, I actually put a video out about this rap artist out here. I interviewed him on Sprint Culture. His name's Youngin, right? Big artist out here. And I was asking him people he knew. So I asked him if he knew who Zarnell Hughes was. He didn't know, which is crazy for the fastest man in British history from a track and field country, Bridget. This is a track and field country, and London is a track and field city. For them not to know who Zarnell Hughes is madness. For someone like him not to know. So, yo, it was funny to me. I thought it was funny. So I posted it the same day, basically saying, after you watch this the doc's coming out today. It was the day of the doc. The doc's coming out today. After this, you guys are gonna know who he is, right? I still don't think he's gonna be in it this much. Heck, he's in every episode. He was talking. He was right after Noah and Sha'Carri. Him and Sharika have around the same amount of camera time, I think. He's one of the mains. And That's a good point, E-Diamonds. Did I big you up already? E-Diamonds already mentioned, or just mentioning right now, Tobago got 2 medals. You know, I think it may have been a surprise. A couple things could have happened. Maybe it was a surprise, and the production team didn't have a chance to get as much footage with them as they would have liked. Plus, he's in Botswana. I don't know how easy it is to get out there and shoot and do all that stuff, especially if you don't really know. Let's see, it was kind of a surprise. So maybe they didn't have time or didn't get a chance to go get footage with him leading into the games. And I guess from a World Athletic standpoint, the market in London is better, bigger, and it's track and field country and city. So maybe that was the angle from there. I'm throwing stuff out there just off of what things I've seen throughout life and throughout media and throughout, partnerships and stuff like that. I've come across a lot of shit. So based off of past situations, I can kind of see that. Liz Till said Tobago wasn't followed at all. He wasn't in Botswana. I don't know. They already selected who they were filling. Let's not forget Hughes was the world leader until Budapest and was rolling. He was. I mean, he ran fast in New York. Yes, for sure. I mean, yeah, Zarnell was Lyles. And Lyles said, and that's a big failure from Netflix research perspective. Yeah, I hear you, Lyles, but I mean, I think Letsile was a surprise medaling. Maybe not in the 200, but if we're talking 100, that's the only time he's ever beaten Ferdinand. Ferdinand's usually giving him licks. If you're going to go with an African, you're more than likely going to go with Ferdinand. And apparently, Ferdinand was in it too. So they got some stuff for Ferdinand because he's from a 100-meter standpoint, Ferdinand's done a lot more than Letsile. So if you're planning ahead, that's the guy. If you're going to an African sprinter, Ferdinand would be the guy. It wouldn't be Letsile. Letsile just happened to beat him at Worlds for the first time and medaled. So I don't know if it's that simple to just get Tobago in there. But I know in the new season, I think he'll definitely be in there. Well, let's get back to Zarnell real quick. And Lyles, I'm going to be looking at your comments in here because I want to know what you think about all the stuff I'm saying. And matter of fact, if you want to join, let me know. I can send you the link and we can talk about this too because y'all should know who Lyles is. She does a thing, Inside Lane is her track field outlet. Very polished track and field content. If that's what you like, you get what you want. Pick up the one named Vader Games. Gunshots need to happen right away. So she said she has a bonnet on. It's so funny, A lot of times when there's women in the chat and I ask them to join on the fly, they usually have a response like that. It's funny. But I like that. I like that the women have a certain etiquette. They need to look a certain way before they come on. Guys will come on. You see how Lamont came on. He looked like he's just chilling, like he just in bed, camera not even proportioned. Shit, you might have just woke up from a nap. Who knows, man? Like guys will just jump online like that. But yeah, I like the fact that the women are like, if I'm gonna go on live, things need to be a certain way. This is a show. It's just live stream. I get it, but come on, we need a bit of polish. This is the polish I'm talking about with Lyles. This is what overflows into our content. The inside lane. Y'all ain't watching that content. You're sleeping. So, anyways, Zarnell, apparently, a big theme, has been called a plastic Brit. Right? What I've gathered from the term plastic Brit is that it means that you compete for Great Britain, but you're not really British. So I think that's why they call him plastic Brit. And the newspaper article that came up on the screen, it had Richard Kilty's name on there. I guess for how it looked, I don't know. Richard, if you're in the chat or if you want to talk about it, you can. And I don't know how long this article was, but basically, it's like the article said that he was the one that said, I don't know if he said the term plastic Brit, but he had some words to say as far as people who aren't necessarily from Great Britain running from Great Britain. It seemed like Zarnell was very offended by the plastic Brit talks. Okay. Okay. I mentioned a second ago that there's an obvious disconnect with Zarnell and the British public because someone in urban culture doesn't know who Zarnell Hughes is out here. And he's the world championship bronze medalist and had, fastest time in the world last year. He was an Olympic finalist. Like he's one of the main sprinters in the world. He's the fastest man in British history. There's a disconnect. So if there's that disconnect, it only plays to that terminology about him not having a connection to Great Britain. Now, he's from Anguilla, right? Lil said to send a link, wicked. He's from Anguilla. He's from Anguilla, right? Hold on. Let me get Lil's in here. Lil's, I'm gonna send it to your your Instagram DM. There you go. He's from Anguilla. Now, Anguilla is in the Caribbean. It's not like Anguilla is close. It's far away. Anguilla has a world championship track team. At the world championships, Anguilla is there. They have a country there. Okay. They don't have it for the Olympics though. So there's no Olympic team for Anguilla. I think that's something that has to change. I think that because you have athletes like Zarnell Hughes and Shara Proctor, they're both from Anguilla. There's some good athletes from there. I think that there should be an Olympic team for Anguilla. There's smaller countries that have, or countries just as small that have Olympic teams that are British colonies or British territories. Bermuda is a British territory. What's another one? The Cayman Islands is a British territory. Anguilla is a British territory. They should have an Olympic team. And Zarnell should be running for Anguilla. It makes the most sense. Look at Zarnell's ran for Anguilla in other scenarios. He ran for them at the CAC championships. He ran for them at the Carifta Games. So I mean, there's no sprinters from out here that could dabble in the Carifta Games or at CACs. It's a unique situation. So it's not as simple as just being like, oh well, it's a British territory, so he's British. It really. Here's another thing. I feel like he needs to be on some outlets out here. And it doesn't have to be only the BBC. Like on the ground, I just mentioned Richmond Miller was in the chat. Solid podcast out here called The Narrative. That's what, when I first came here, The Narrative is how I learned about track and field culture out here. Brilliant podcast. They're kind of known on the ground out here. Him and his boy Ruben. They're known out here. They got an outlet. They're trying to and to talk to one person that thinks it's a reflection of the British public. All in the game. Respect for the comments. You got a lot of comments in here, but I live in London, so that's not the only person I spoke to. I don't know if you're always in here, so you should know that. So, Zarnell, is that you? Anyways, there's a disconnect. Now, as far as the outlets, like I went to London, the London Diamond League last year, and I had Wretch and Ruben. I had them set up in a room interviewing people. Those interviews are going to come out, by the way. Actually, we had Lance Brahman, we had Freddie Crittenden, we had Melissa Jefferson. Why do I keep on forgetting Sha'Carri's old agent's name? He coached. He was Justin's agent too. Anyways, had them set up in a room. Just had some people coming in, chop it, give them a London vibe, right? I seen Zarnell. I was like, yo, man, you know Rich, you know Ruben, yo, jump on camera with them, yo, let's get some content out there, get you connected with the British public. I don't know what the reasons were why he didn't do it, but he didn't do it. He said he was going to do it. He didn't do it. I don't know if his agent has a larger plan, but his agent should keep in mind that if he's a British athlete, he needs to be in some British things. He already doesn't have a British accent. He's already from someplace that's totally far away from here. He doesn't live here. I don't know if he's ever lived here, as far as I know. Lyles, where you at, yo? Did I send her that? Maybe I should send it to her WhatsApp. Yeah, there's already that disconnect. So he gotta. There should be some sort of. I don't want to say that there should be effort there, but there should be effort there, in order, because it's not automatic for him. It's not like he's. Listen, you see a man like Nathan Neal, that's one of my co-hosts for Sprint Culture. If Nathan Neal is the guy out here, he's gonna be on all kind of British shit. He's going to be it wouldn't even matter. Rommel, you just seen Rommel in here, European Championships bronze medalist. He'd be all on all kinds of shit. He'd want to be in some British shit. He's from here, so it would make more sense to, if you're really connected. There's certain things that would just be happening. That's not happening. It's not happening. So the term plastic Brit, he seemed very offended, but I don't know if it should be that offensive. It really, I think he should just own it. Like, yo, man, like, it's better if I run for y'all. We don't have an Olympic team. I don't want to go to the World Championships with them, with Anguilla. You guys have better uniforms. You got more money. I can make a better living. Be honest about it. I think that. But on top of that, I think there should be some effort to try and connect with the British public, because these are the people that are going to be trying to connect with you at the games or in general. And with track and field being such a big sport out here. And if you think about the figure that Linford was in the dock with him. If you think about the figure that Linford was, I mean, you surpassed him as the fastest man in British history. He's very London. He's very UK. I feel like this is something that I'm seeing a disconnect. Apparently, I've only spoken to a few people about this, according to On the Game, but we're going to get another Brit in the building right now to discuss it. Big up the one named Lyles. Every day, all day. You weren't lying. You're chilling. You're at home chilling.
Oh, wait, can you not see me?
Oh, we can see you. Are we not supposed to see you right now?
Oh, no, I can only see.
Well, you're out there. It's too late. No, we can see you. So don't bother going anywhere. You're here.
Damn no.
What's good with you? You just came back from the Jamaican trials. Tell us real quick what that was like.
What'd you say?
Tell us what the Jamaican trials are like, yo.
It was sick. It was
sick.
They the experience in track in Jamaica is so different, especially like in London. It's very dead and bland. There's no vibe. But in Jamaica, they got pans or pots that they're clanging together. They got horns. Everyone's wearing merch. Everyone's screaming support. Like, sick. It's so sick. Everyone should experience it. It's so sick. So sick.
Sure. Yeah, I put a post out about, who the public would rather go to the U.S. trials or the Jamaica trials. I haven't looked at the stats lately, but it kept on going back and forth. It was in the middle.
Yeah. I'd say I went Texas Relays beginning of the year, and that's the first time I've ever been to America, and it was good. I feel like everything is better than London. You've experienced.
Don't be disrespectful.
No,
being very disrespectful.
it is not a vibe. It is boring. There's just no energy. There's no nothing. But when you go abroad, it's like Bahamas was insane. We ain't got that here. We ain't got that here. We ain't got that here.
Okay, you're talking about like grassroots level or between there? Because I'd say, and even in the doc, have you watched the Sprint doc yet?
Yeah. Oh, I've watched
Okay,
it.
let's make sure. You got what?
I've got bare things to say.
Okay, yeah. We get into that. But London was clearly the best diamond league. The vibe there was like a championship. I think the big events, no one does it like London. I think, but even at a grassroots level, I think that they do it real well too. I went to this meet the other day at Lee Valley. They had a production team. They have the production team has different camera views. They have a drone. They have at the start. They have the up in the. They're doing their thing, for a local meet. I was like, this is crazy. I did the announcement of me and Retro doing the commentary for it. They're doing their thing. But when you say vibe, like, what do you mean by the vibe? I think the vibe is wicked.
Nah, production. I'm not talking about production. Production, equipment, electricity, all of that. We've got that. I hear you. But I'm talking about in the stands, the people, the fans, the supporters, what they bring. It's them that make a meet. I mean, obviously the performances are sick, cool, but like just the energy, the community, the feel, like you literally feel like you're going to like a flipping show when you're abroad.
The Texas Relays. Right.
Everywhere. But yeah, sorry, I don't want to shift what
But the thing is, you did go to some really, really big ones though. Like Texas Relays is a big thing. And Jamaica Trials is a big thing. Right. So maybe if you dabbled in some of the other events, you may be like, oh, okay, London's better. But anyway, have you heard what I've been saying about Zarnell right now? Do you feel like there's a disconnect with Zarnell and the British public? And do you think it's warranted?
Because Zarnell is never here. He does nothing here. He's like, I'm not speaking about his talent. It's there. It's great. He's a brilliant athlete and he should absolutely run for Great Britain. But he does nothing in this. We don't know him. He has no presence here. And that's the problem. So
I think he should own that. He should be like, look, I am from another country, okay? But I can run for you guys. So look, I can make better money here. And look, y'all should want me on y'all squad because I'm whooping everybody on the team. I'm a medal threat. So yeah, I'm running for y'all. You're welcome. That's the angle he needs to come at it from. Not the whole I feel so hard done by they call me plastic Brit. Like, come on, dog.
What's mad?
You're not here.
The person that called him a plastic Brit is who they picked for the relay the other day, Kilty.
Right.
So
right.
That's who you need to be swinging at. Don't be talking about public or whatever. Go at him.
Right. So, I don't know. Direct towards that. Just be. But I found it really interesting. You know what he said as well? He said that they sing the British national anthem. He grew up singing the British national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
I found that weird because Anguilla has a national anthem.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
it's called God Loves Anguilla or something like that, or God Bless Anguilla. They got a national anthem, It's not the British national anthem. So I don't know if they sang two national anthems every morning, or I don't know if for whatever reason they did it at events. But if it was in school, I'm assuming. Look it up. Just make sure that I'm not talking nonsense. But I'm pretty sure. I know a few people from Anguilla. I'm pretty sure that there's an Anguilla national anthem.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, I ask people that are on the ground here just so it doesn't sound like I'm talking out of my ass, like it's I just feel like he needs to approach it differently. I feel like he especially at the ground level where there's people coming up, the fastest man in British history can have so much impact out here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of there's so much potent talent out here. You know why the UK, besides all the shit weather we have out here, right? They still come out with hitters in the 100, which is kind of weird considering the weather and stuff. But it's because the talent is so potent. People are straight from Ireland, straight from Africa, so the genes are there. And there's a lot of kids that if they were guided the right way could end up being potential medalists or sports stars, not only in track and field, but in all kinds of other things. Athletic talent out here is huge. I think that he could have a huge impact on that in his position. It's being taken lightly, I think. It's being taken lightly. What are your thoughts on that as someone who's actually, I'm talking I've been in the UK for like 5 years. I'm talking like, yo, I'm drinking tea. I'm from here, man. Yo, bruv. But what do you think? What do you think as far as that?
I've not thought about it much. Wait, can I ask a question? Sorry, yeah. When Zarnell won last year, did he do any sort of like TV appearances over here?
I didn't see any.
Okay.
And I tried to get him. I don't know if you know Wretched Ruben, but the London Diamond League, I brought them over to do some content to give like a British vibe, to interview some people. I asked him to do it, and he knows them. He said he was going to, and just didn't. I just feel like that would be like, how are you going to connect here?
Yeah.
What's the plan? What's the master plan? Because you're wearing the country's colors.
Yeah.
This isn't a knock on him. This is just an advisory. They're approaching it wrong. The pity angle isn't the angle.
We don't care about pity. I'll be so wrong.
That's another disconnect. The man from out here would know that. On the white side or the black side, they don't care about no pity shit. They're not playing that game, yo. They're probably actually offended that you would go that route to make Brits look stupid, yo. But anyways, your thoughts on the doc overall?
I feel like I'll be very honest. When I watched the documentary, I was very harsh. Because I experienced it in real time. Like, we followed the whole season in real time. So I saw where they did a little bit of editing here, there, and everywhere, which I get it. But the first thing I didn't like is that, so Shelley-Ann Fraser-Pryce is a queen, yeah. You're telling me that as you were filming her, not a single person could have told her that she had something on the side of her mouth?
Oh my gosh. You're a real production mind, because that was bothering the hell out of me, yo. Like, no disrespect to Box to Box, yo, you did y'all thing, but
no, disrespect to them. Disrespect to them. Do you know who she is? Do you know who she is? The whole thing, every episode, every confessional thingy that they did with her, she had the thing on the side of her mouth. That's mental. That is mental.
That definitely stood out. Like a patty crumb.
Bruh.
You know, like a patty crumb. You know, like I've had. I love beef patties, by the way, but having a beard, it can put me in some situations where I look crazy, right? And it only takes one patty crumb for people to be looking at you like, this guy, I don't care what he has to say. Or if someone has like food in their teeth, it's kind of the same thing. For someone like that, like, I feel like that was like, dang, man, like, I see that. I'm seeing it, man. We should be seeing that. You're a real producer, yo. Real production mind.
There were so many things that I clocked here. That's why I said I feel like I was being harsh, because there were so many post-production things. I was like, this don't make sense. Like, they were mixing world championship footage with Silesia. That don't make sense. Like, they had like Sha'Carri in the coach talking to her nan in the lead up to the Polish Diamond League, the Poland Diamond League, or whatever you call it. Like, but it's fine. It's fine. In terms of how it was shot, great. But
Mind you, everybody, this is very strict critique. Yeah. She's being very. It's not like she's blasting them. She's looking at it from very, very precise, which is good. I like.
But I'm honest about my angles. Like, I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I'm biased for certain things. I'm honest about the angle I come from. I don't lie about nothing. Do you know what I mean? But I'll be honest, I don't find as much as I respect everybody's talent, because God knows I can't run, but I don't find some of the personalities interesting. I'll be very honest with you. Like, there's
do you care to single out anybody?
As in, Noah. Am I sorry, Noah? So I respect his talent. I think he's great. I think he's brilliant, fast, all of that stuff. I wish him all the best. But he's not. He's not super entertaining to me. But I feel like that's because of who I am as a person. I'm always going to gravitate to the person that's like real, authentic, and whatever authenticity is to you, I feel like people are always going to recognize that and gravitate towards that, whether it's like
Yeah. Okay. Let me. People may be surprised. I'm going to defend Noah a little bit. I'm not on Noah all the time, but I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are it's very difficult for them to be themselves.
Yeah.
So we can't knock him too much for that because it's not easy for people. Now here, I notice in London, it's a very real. People are very real out here. So that would stick out to you like a sore thumb. Like this, come on, what are you doing? But I'm sure it's not easy because he may not think that. Maybe he may think that he's not interesting. I would find him interesting. The people say he's corny. People say I'm corny sometimes. What does corny even mean? Own it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just I would say be you, but it's not that simple to just tell someone to be themselves, right? Because it's difficult. Now, but imagine being in a position like him where, okay, I don't really like being myself. I don't want to harp on this too long, but then he's like, but I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be the fastest in the world. I'm gonna have money. I'm gonna have fame. I'm gonna have materialistic things. I'm gonna have everything, and that's gonna get people to kind of like me. Like he's doing everything that would be considered quote unquote likable. So I feel like that may be a battle for him. If even like what else can he do? You know what I'm saying? Like he's a kid. So for him to really be in touch with who he is, it's not really. I don't think it's necessarily. Even though Sha'Carri does it, yeah, cool. But it's not that easy for someone that age to know themselves. You know what I'm saying?
And that's fair. And if it's to give grace on that front, I hear it. I fully hear it. But I feel like we get moments of the real Noah, and then he snaps out of it, and I'm like, but that's what I want. I want that part. I want that bit. I want the real bit. So it's hard to, and I feel like a lot of people in the limelight don't realize that on a fan's perspective, the moment you make a fan love you, it doesn't matter what you do. We're riding with you. Like we're fans. That's it. We're a fan of you. No matter how you perform or this, that, and the other, we're gonna have your back. But when it's not, when it doesn't land, it's like, what is this? Like, but again, I'm not trying to be harsh. Like, because you got to give grace where you got to give grace. And maybe he doesn't feel comfortable showing us. It probably isn't even easy showing us your real you. Some people guard that, and I get that. But what people think the sport needs isn't inauthentic. I can't even say the word. Isn't.
Inauthenticity.
Thank you so much, sir. We don't need that. We just need you. Like, be you. You're great. Like, your performances are sick. Like, just be you. And I think also there's a bit where people are calling him corny and calling him neaky and all of this stuff. There isn't. I think it's riddled in the way people think that there's only one way to be black, and I don't think that that's right, and I don't think that that's fair. He's allowed to like what he likes. He's allowed to. Do you know what I mean? There's not one way to be black. There's not one. You ain't only gonna love people that are from the hood or this, that, and the other. Like, there's different black experiences across the globe, and he's allowed to have his own personal experience and show us that. And I think that's why people say corny, and I don't rock with that. I don't like that part. But he's allowed to be neaky and entertaining. Like, he can love his anime. I don't read anime. I don't care for it. But it's okay if that's him. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, there's just an element of something. I'm just like, this ain't him. But we get glimpses of it, and I wish we got more.
We do get glimpses.
Yeah.
Yes, me too. I'd love to see more. I'd love to see more. So while it may come across some of the stuff that we're even saying right now may be somewhat uncomfortable for him if he is to ever hear, or if this dialogue is around him. We're really just saying we want more of you, dog.
Yeah.
Like we would love that. I would love that. You know what I'm saying? So no, I like the fact that he does that card stuff. Whatever that card apparently is like ridiculously rare. The one that he brought out when he had the white bodysuit on in the heat of the trials. It's like worth like it was 20K, some ridiculous amount of value if it's in mint condition. So obviously he's tapping into another outlet. Because he's doing a lot of things right, yo. So you got to big him up for that. Anything else stand out?
I didn't like.
Uh-oh.
Okay, no, let me say something positive because.
Yeah, why not? Let's get some positivity here. You know, let's mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's too easy to say bad things. It's too easy for me, and that's not a good thing. What I did like was seeing the dynamic between Sha'Carri and her coach. I think we don't get a lot of. I know you said it earlier. Like, I wish we got more to like if we got to see like how her coach was there for her when she didn't perform well, or when she was getting bashed and battered and all of that stuff. Like, then to now see the glory and to see the point where he says, don't answer me, show me who's the fastest. And she went out there in lane 9 or whatever lane that she was in and showed him, it is I am the fastest. Sick. But if we had got a more, do you know what I mean? If we had seen more, I feel like that moment would have hit people.
I was talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
No, it does. But that could have been dived in a bit more. Listen, people don't remember how bad shit was. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. Yeah. Not that they didn't like her. Like, people hated her, yo. It was weird. It was to the point where people are talking with this passion of hate where I'm like, where is this? What is this? It was excessive, man. And the funny thing is, if she came second in that race, right? It's a silver medal in that world championship race. It would have stayed that bad. People would have still been shitting on her like she can't come through. Look at this, she's trash. People don't realize how vital those hundredths of a second were that she ran to beat Sharika were for her to be in the position she is right now. To be loved by the world or to be hated, because the people that hate her ain't really around no more. They jumped ship a long time. Everyone's on Sha'Carri's team now. Everybody. But it wasn't like that. If she came second place in that race, people would have been shitting on her, yo. Heavy shit. Heavy. Run belly shit.
Because it's easy to do. It's too easy to do. And don't get me wrong, I'm guilty. I'm super guilty of just, it's so easy to just be there. When you're sitting at home watching shit and seeing stuff on Twitter and just like point your finger, this. It's too easy to do. But one thing that I did like about the documentary is that it did humanize these people. And they're allowed to make mistakes. Like, Sha'Carri is allowed to. She was mad young, you know. And I know I said this in
mad young.
Bro, like, fam, I'm not super promoting smoking weed or all of that stuff, but like, we all did dumb shit when we was young, and we therefore can't run 10-7. So like, it's just a little bit of grace is what people need, and we need to give people space to grow.
Like, it means it's not the secret. It's not the secret. So it's not like it helped.
No. That's not what I meant. Like, I'm saying, like,
no, that's what I'm saying though. To your point, like, that's not what it was. It was just some recreational shit that some young people do.
And the difference between them and us is our lives aren't in the spotlight. So we're able to make the stupid mistakes that we've made, correct it, and come back out fresh. But obviously she had internet access, so she was saying bare things. I hear it. But like, allow people to work through their wrongs and make it right. I don't feel like we're dealing with the same Sha'Carri that we had years ago. I feel like she's had to
No.
take time for herself, learn what works for her, make sure that she's comfortable in talking to whoever she's talking to. So because she's very polished when it comes to dealing with media now, even when they're digging at her, because they dig well at her. But yeah, like it's okay to allow, and it's okay to say, fam, yeah, we was harsh on her. My bad. I like this version. It's okay to say that, you know. You ain't got to stay on the
100%.
hate train. You ain't got to hold on to every word the girl has said. She's done things wrong. We get it. We hear it. We're not disputing that. But she's clearly taken steps to just be better. Like, it's okay to allow her to do that and to support her in that. You ain't got to be her number one rider, but just a little bit of grace. A little bit of grace. That's all.
Big up the one named Lyles. The Inside Lane UK. If you're not following on YouTube and on Instagram, or you can do that. Yo, we gotta do some content together. Yo, what's up, man? I'm in your city.
I'm from. You shout
Put you on the
me.
spot. Put you on the spot right on camera. You can't say
No.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. It's on
I'm
camera.
local. I'm
Don't
local.
embarrass
You
me.
look around the corner for me. Let me know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, we'll do something, yeah.
all right.
All right, big you up. Respect, eh?
Love, man.
All right, cool.
In a bit.
Yes, people. Getting ready to close out the live. Yo, I see Matthew Hudson Smith up in here. Big you up. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of people that end up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? That's the future Olympic gold medalist. You know, in a few weeks, he's going to be an Olympic gold medalist. I've already spoken to him about being VIP for the parade in Birmingham, where he's from. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We're about to be out there chilling. You know what I'm saying? Couple of drinks on the float as it slowly goes through the central Birmingham as they praise their new Olympic gold medalist. We got this shit planned out already, yo. Yeah, I'm waiting, Matt. I'll big up the one named Aaron Brown. Aaron, I got the conversation we had the other day. I got some clips coming out. It's a great talk me and Aaron had about who the queen of track and field is. And also, we were talking about we were talking about Rai Benjamin, and you know what he's going to do this season. I also have a video coming out tomorrow that'll be on YouTube, talking about Rai Benjamin and my thoughts on him and his capabilities. And yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of content coming out. Track Diamond? What's going on with that? Can you behave, please? Behave. Okay. To close, let's close out the show with a few more thoughts that I had on this doc. If you guys have to leave if you have to leave the live, don't worry. It's not like before. I'm saving my lives now. They're going to be on YouTube after the fact. So go ahead and if you got to go. It'll be there tomorrow. No worries on that. Hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, all that stuff. Okay, I gotta say one thing. Okay, I've said plenty of things, but this is something that I didn't know if I wanted to talk about, but I think I should. Okay, we're all fans of Fred. Okay, we all know what Fred brings to the sport. Fred was in the doc, didn't have the results we expected. I had him winning. He didn't even make the final. So that was obviously, maybe not favorable from a world athletic standpoint for the doc to be around someone that didn't win. They wanted medalists. As far as the men's sprint side, they chose to put emphasis on Zarnell. Okay. Personally, I think that it's okay. Another dramatic theme. It's okay to see someone not have the favorable path. Like, especially someone like him. He was the defending world champion and didn't make the final. I think if we went on the journey with him, like as a new viewer, say I don't know anything about track and I'm watching, I see this guy as one of the main characters, and he's the defending world champion. And there's this up and comer named Noah Lyles, who's young, he's hungry, he's brash, that wants to take Fred's throne, right? And Fred has to defend it. I think that there's opportunity for drama if that guy who's on top doesn't make the final. Like, we get into his life, we get into who he is, we don't know what happened, so we're gonna find out. I'm talking as a viewer that doesn't know, obviously. And when it gets to the world championships, yo, he didn't come through. Fuck, like, that's drama to me. I think that would have been a cool angle. I don't know who would have gotten in the way of that. I know that the production company would have definitely got stuff with Fred. I know that they would have been on top of that. So it wouldn't be a situation where, like, let's see, where they just probably didn't get a chance to get content. I know they probably had a lot of stuff with Fred, and the stuff they did shoot with him looked pretty good. And he's always tweeting. He'll jump on Sprint Culture. There's this stuff out there, like there's obviously material for Fred, and I feel like they wanted to use him because he's a figure and a character. But because he didn't come through, maybe that's why they didn't make it as Fred heavy. Hopefully in this upcoming season they change that. I think we need to see more of him, because we all know what Fred brings to the table, yo. But this is what I wanted to say. Everyone talks like Fred flopped at the World Championships last year, right? I'm a dad now, okay? I've been a dad for about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. And the 2 weeks that have happened thus far have totally changed my life, even as far as me making content and doing a stream every so often and trying to balance life, trying to get to sleep, trying to still be a good husband, still, and my wife just had a baby, so trying to be there for her. It's a lot, right? And it totally changes your world. A lot of people don't know that Fred just had a baby last year. He had a baby in the beginning of July. That's the middle of the championships. Fred, if you had issue in bringing up your business, I'm just saying, I'm more just putting it out there just so people can kind of look at it. Fred's never going to make an excuse, ever. You'll never hear that guy make an excuse, which is what I love about that guy. He'll never make an excuse, right? But he had a ute right at the beginning of July. U.S. Trials was beginning of July or middle of July, if I'm not mistaken. U.S. Trials was basically a few days after he had his kid. So he had to get through that. He obviously didn't run well in the 200 at U.S. Trials. He didn't run the 100. He ran the 200, didn't run well, but he just had a ute, yo. Then less than a month later, or around a month later, he had to go to the World Championships. Okay, yeah, how well is he expected to run? Well, I shouldn't say expected, because no one knew. But just so y'all know, that's what this cat was dealing with, yo. He had a fresh ute, yo, and I can identify with how that can shake up your world. Now, if I'm trying to be the fastest man in the world, I'm going to World Championships where there's guys hungry. Everyone wants my spot. I already had to go through the season trying to stay on top, which, mind you, the whole pregnancy side of the thing of having a baby is difficult too. So he's dealing with that, still trying to train, still trying to prepare, has the baby right in the just as the climax of the season is approaching. No, it's not as simple to just run fast. It's not. So I think it's a testament to the fact that he doesn't make excuses. That's not who he is. I lost. Yeah, I lost. I believed I was going to win, but I lost. But he didn't make no excuses about it when he had all the reason to. So that's me making an excuse for him. I just feel like that's something that was not known So it wasn't like Fred just had a shit season. He had a Ute last year. He had a Ute right near the climax of the season, and made no excuses. None. Soldier, dog. So, and this is the type of shit. This is the type of dude that I would love to see more of in the doc, yo. So yeah, whoever's checking the boxes off as far as who's in the next one. I think Fred will be in the next one more though. I think he will be. But with all that he's had to battle through, even this last trials where he got on the team, he's obviously battle tested, yo. So if he can go to the Olympics with a clear head, yo, man, it's gonna be very, 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 very hard to beat. Especially now, he probably got his life in order. Everything's on track. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just keep an eye out for my Olympics prediction show, because I'm gonna have some picks, and I'm very confident in my picks. I'm starting to kind of zone in on my picks, so keep an eye out for that. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, pay attention to social media. If you're trying to be in touch with the sprints, yo, you get up to speed right here on Sprint Culture. Big up the one named Trayvon Bromell. Trayvon, what's up, man? Trayvon, what's up, man? Like, I want to know what you think about the doc, Trey. Trey, I want to know what you think about the doc. Okay, I'm getting ready to close out the show. I'm going to send you a link. If you want to join, you can join. If you don't, you don't. But I think that we've had analyst perspective from both Coach Lamont, and also from Lyles. It'd be interesting to hear from some athletes. Any athletes in the chat that want to talk to me about the doc, let me know. I'm getting ready to sign off really soon. Pick up the one named Bernard Williams. Trayvon, wow. Trayvon. That's very interesting, Trayvon. Trayvon said they fumbled, if I'm honest. Come on, man. We definitely have to talk. You put a comment like that in here, we got to talk, man. Come on. Okay. Like I said before, guys, I overall, considering the factors that the production team probably had to deal with, I liked the doc. And I do think that it may have been a bit tamed simply because certain people had to check off boxes that did and didn't want certain things in the doc. And, after working through all of that, the final product, considering the factors, I think was good. It was shot very well, cinematic. It's on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Lyles, I'll holler at you, yo. Still planning when that is, but I'll let you know. I think they did a good job with what they had. And I'm looking forward to the next season. I'm sure everyone who had any complaints about the first season, at least in the track world, is still going to watch the second season. But the doc isn't for us, man. Listen, number 4 on Netflix right now. Big that up. Yo, Malik H, how accurate is that? Is that very accurate? Because big that up. This is what track and field people need to get through their heads. The doc isn't for us. The doc is for other people to join us, to come and have incentive and have appeal to join the track and field world. So what they had, I think they tried to be dramatic. I think they may not have been as, puristic, had such of a purist mindset. They see the catalysts that are going to draw the eyes. They went for the storylines that they felt like within their power were going to draw in, people. Certain things they can be advised in other ways, and certain things I'm sure that they will try to um, ask permission to dive into the new season. I'm sure they'll try to break down some roadblocks. I think they'll try to break down some roadblocks in the new season. If it's number 4 on Netflix right now, I mean, this is incentive for all the powers that be that are in control of what is going to be put into this doc, for them to kind of allow the production company to do their thing and to create some stories and to really have this shit bust through. It's Olympic year, yo, and we got to strike while the iron's hot. This is the year when track's going to be on, like on. So, yo, we gotta let them do their thing, yo. Okay, what I'm gonna do is, Trayvon said they filmed a lot of stuff that wasn't aired, and those things would have turned heads. Really, Trey? Let's talk about it. But I guess you want to talk in the chat. Production is beautiful and narrative was I don't know. I liked it, man. Viewers, before I sign off, let me see some numbers, yo. A scale from 1 to 100, because it's sprint culture, we keep it 100 bars. Scale from 1 to 100. Drop some ratings in here. Let me see. Drop some numbers. Let me see what y'all got. Is my tea finished? Um, 90, 84, 50. H. Williams, come on, man. Trayvon said, let me pin. I haven't pinned any comments today. Let me pin that one. Anson's just happy because he was in the show. Come on, man. It's a documentary called Sprint. Obviously, I'm going to be in there somewhere, dog. Come on. I'm the voice of the sprints. I'm just saying. I'm not just talking about just technical shit and I don't have just one angle that I talk about the sprints from. I talk about it from all kinds of angles. So how would I not be in there? My show's called Sprint Culture. We're in the track and field world. I'm the director of the Track and Field Network. Come on. I'm going to be in there, dog. I'm going to be in there. E. Diamond said, voice of the sprint is crazy. Yo, man, listen, this is what I'm talking about, though. We got to add some drama. I'm just adding some drama. If you got to exaggerate some things, you got to, boost some things that are said or stories that are told. Sometimes that's just what has to be done. I get that. With that being said, yes, the voice of the sprints. Oh, man. All right, man, check this out. I'm gonna be. There's a lot of '90s in here. I think that there's some. There's some. Anything below 50 is ridiculous to me, man. If I'm gonna give a rating out of 100, I think I would give it. I give it like an 85. I give it like an 85. For those who just joined the chat, you can watch this. It's going to be on YouTube afterwards. You can go ahead and watch it afterwards and see what we discussed. I basically spoke through everything of what I thought about it. You'll get a good idea of why I came up with that rating. But I liked it, man. I liked it. And I think that the doc isn't for us. It's not for track and field people. Track and field people need to get that through their minds. It's not for us. It's for the general public to get into the track and field world. Once they're in the track and field world, yeah, we can come at them with all this extra nerdy shit that we like to talk about, that we love to talk about. Cool. But that's not what we want to throw at them in a doc. Look at the other docs that have come out, the sports ones. This was even tamed to please track and field people. I don't think that they want to do that. I think that they want to be able to give some more drama and maybe some more storylines that aren't necessarily storylines that we find that crazy, because we're in the track and field world. Outside people don't know a lot of the shit that's happening. So everything is going to be new to them. So if it's new to them and it needs to be conveyed a certain way, you guys need to step out of your track and field shoes and step into some shoes of the general public and understand this doc isn't only for us. We're going to watch it regardless. We're going to watch it. So what's going to make some new fans watch it? Okay. Big up everybody. I was on here a lot longer than expected. I'm going to be out. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that follow button. Track and Field Network on YouTube, as well as Instagram, as well as Unconventional Productions here on YouTube, and Anson_Henry on Instagram. I may come on just after Paris tomorrow. If not, maybe the day after. Diamond League action resumes. Track and field resumes. Olympics is fast approaching. And I'm excited. And I think for new fans coming in, if they check out this doc, they're going to be excited too. As far as the new season, how that's going to go, man, athletes that are involved, let's step the characters up a little bit, man. Let's step the drama up a little bit. Let's step the entertainment up a little bit. We're trying to bring people into our world, man. So let's show them what we got. All right, man. Sprint Culture Vultures, big you up. Another stream. And like I said, just keep those notifications on. And you'll know when I'll be on so that I can bring you up to speed. Big up, everybody. I'm out, yo.
We talking sprint culture, we talking track and field. When the gunshot lick it, give a man the chills. We talking speed demons like Usain. The red track where a legend really makes their name. The US and Jamaica, they run the sprinting game. There's nothing like the Olympics for your claim to fame. When you break the world record, you show you ain't the same. From the men to the women, times are insane. Yeah, we talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture.